Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is a foundation review and it is on the Ready Set Gorgeous from Covergirl. And I actually filmed this a little bit differently than I did the last one, just because the last one was more of like a first impressions / review of that foundation, and this one I have been wearing like crazy. I want to say I've had it a couple weeks now, and seriously I've been wearing this every day just because I want to. And I'll give you the breakdown of all the like specifics, you know, the grading scale, just like the last one. So first thing I will talk about that I didn't actually implement into the grading scale, and I didn't think about that, and that's something I'll probably fit in the next foundation review I do, and that is packaging. So on this one it is like a plastic squeezy tube, and it just has a little nozzle like that, which I actually really like. It's very hygienic, it keeps things clean, so you're just squeezing out the amount that you need and you're not contaminating by putting your finger on the top and shaking it or anything like that. It doesn't pour out a bunch because it's, you know, those glass bottles can sometimes really dump the product out. So before we actually get into the grading scale, I'm going to go ahead and insert the product demo so you guys can see me put it on, and then we'll come right back and I'll give you the score for this foundation. So category number 1 would be the price point. Now this comes in at $6.99 at Target, and I think it may be, I'm not sure if it's the same price at Walmart, but I know usually Walmart's a little bit cheaper, but I have noticed lately that they're pretty much the same price. And there were a couple things that I was going to pick up at Target the other day and I didn't, because I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to Walmart and probably get it cheaper. Then when I went to Walmart it ended up being more, so I just ended up buying it there, and long story short, let's get back on track. So I gave this one a 9 on a 1 to 10 scale, and that's because the price for this foundation is phenomenal. And a lot of drugstore foundations these days are going to be anywhere from, you know, $5 to $13. And also on a side note, I've recently tried that L'Oreal matte foundation in a similar type tube. It's like a black container but a tube like this, and I really was not a fan of it. I was going to review it for you guys, but I just disliked it so much I didn't even want to put out a video that was negative. So, and not to say that it's not going to be great for somebody else, but my skin has been changing and I feel like I'm a little drier now, and it really just like clung to those dry places and really emphasized them, so I wasn't a fan. Section number 2, and that is going to be color selection. So I gave this foundation an 8 out of 10, and that is because it has 12 shades, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when I was in the store looking at all the shades, I felt like there was a really good choice, a really good selection of shades, and the one that I picked was 105, and that is Classic Ivory, and I feel like it matches me really well. Now, I am not wearing this right now. This is my second time filming this video because the first time I filmed it, Joseph was home, and it's always hard for me to film when people are in the house because I just feel weird talking to you guys, and like, I don't know, it's weird because I don't feel like other people get it, and I don't know, it's a weird situation. So anytime I film when somebody's here, I feel like I don't know, I feel like I'm holding back a little bit and I'm more quiet, and I just didn't like how it turned out. So this is the second time I filmed this, so my makeup is actually different today than when I actually did the demo and I put this on. Section number 3 would be feel. Now I gave this an 8 out of 10 because when I put it on, it felt very lightweight. I couldn't really feel it at all, and it was actually a really nice consistency, so I really like that. Section number 4, blendability, and I gave it a 7 out of 10 for blendability because it is a little bit thicker. It's not heavy feeling, but it is a thicker consistency than some of the other liquid foundations I have, and you kind of have to work quickly with it, otherwise it can tend to get a little patchy if you don't blend it quickly enough. Section number 5 is coverage. I gave it a 10 out of 10 for coverage because this is a full coverage foundation. I mean, obviously if you have severe problematic areas or places that are super dark, you're probably going to have to conceal as well. But I felt like it gave really great coverage, especially for a drugstore foundation. Section number 6 is longevity. I gave it a 9 out of 10 for longevity because I put this on super early in the morning, and by super early I say like 7:30 because that's early for me. And then generally I'll get home around 6:30 or so and then leave it on for like another hour and a half, 2 hours until I actually take it off, and it still looks really good throughout the entire day, even when I get home. And this is one of those foundations where I really feel like it looks better the longer I wear it. Because like I said, I feel like my skin is kind of changing a little bit and I feel a little drier than what I used to. And it could be winter weather, it could be that my skin is changing, I don't know what it is. But this does seem to dry to a pretty matte finish, so that also helps with the longevity. It's not so matte and dry that it's uncomfortable, but it does, like I said, give a pretty matte finish, which is very nice. I do set the T-zone with powder just to be safe. I've worn it without setting it and it seems to be fine, but it's just kind of a habit for me. I like to set my T-zone with powder. And if you find that it does look a little bit dry on you, just go over it with a finishing spray, and that will really just kind of moisten things back up. But the overall score for this foundation was 51 points. Divided by 6, we get our average, and that is an 8.5, which for a foundation, especially for a drugstore foundation, I feel like that's a really good score. And if you guys watched the last review, which was on the L'Oreal True Match, I think that one got like an 8.3 or something like that. So this one actually beat out the L'Oreal True Match, which I know, crazy, right? Because that's like one of the best drugstore foundations ever. But I have to say, I've really been loving this foundation. And if you guys have not tried it yet and you're interested in a really good quality foundation for a really good price, I would definitely give this one a try. And that pretty much concludes this review. So I hope it was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, anything, you know, leave that in the comment section. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.